Hey everyone, this is Robert Keynes with goldsilverpros.com. It is Saturday, October 31st, 2020. And today I'm going to be talking about a problem that we're having in the gold industry, and that is simply that we do not have enough new gold finds to meet demand over the next several years. We have not had a big gold field find in quite some time, and there has been a decided lack of investment in the gold mining sector for new exploration and development. And I think I have a solution for you. I have a company very well positioned in Quebec to potentially answer the bell there and to help us bring more gold discovery into the market, which we desperately need. We're going to start off with an article from orinc.com written by my good friend, Kai Hoffman. This is their Canadian Resource Financing Index, and it tracks junior mining finance for Canadian companies. And it is a good barometer for how much money is going into exploration in all facets of mining, including all the base metals and all of the commodities. And so far we can see since about the summer of this year, where we had a nice little peak since 2011. And when I talked to Kai Hoffman, I had him on my channel, we've had a decline in the amount of money going into resource financing. People simply are not putting money into new mines, whether it be gold, silver, lithium, copper, or what have you. And this is becoming an issue because, especially in gold, because you see here in a moment with the chart I'm about to show you, this has been going on in gold for quite some time. So people now have started to have interest in the gold itself, and they're bidding up the price of gold, but we're still not getting enough investment into the exploration companies. But I've got a good one here that I think you may be interested in. Here's an article from S&P Market Intelligence, and it says their annual analysis of major gold discovery has identified 278 deposits discovered over 1990 to 2019 period, containing 2,194 million ounces of gold in reserves, resources, and past production. There are no major gold discoveries on our list the past 3 years and only 25 in the past decade. The lack is driven by exploration focusing on older discoveries and later stage assets. While there are still plenty of gold assets to be developed, the lack of new major deposits being discovered means that the project pipeline is increasingly short of large, high quality assets needed to replace aging older mines. And they have a little chart here for us to look at. And you can see that the gold exploration budgets is the primary culprit. After the peak of gold in 2011, the exploration money fell along with the price, and it has not quite recovered. While we've had gold come back up to its all-time high of 1900, previous all-time high, and surpass it into the 2060 range, the financing has not been there. We've only had a modest improvement of financing, and that's fallen off lately. So the projected new gold discoveries has fallen precipitously. If we draw a line from 2006 here, it's almost nothing in new major gold discoveries. And gold in reserves and past production has fallen off a cliff as well, basically after the financial crisis and the peak in gold. There was a nice little run up here in 2013, and then it's fallen off. So we're not spending the money to find new gold. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to become an issue in a few years, especially where everybody's going to be running to the exits. If we have some sort of bond or debt default and people are looking for safe havens, maybe we don't have the gold above ground. So those companies that are looking for it, those exploration companies, really need a boost. And the ones that are doing good work, I think is a segment of the mining sector that we want to look at investing in, because that could be the next big explosive portion of the mining sector if you're a mining stock investor. Another paragraph here at S&P Global Market Intelligence. We have long documented the decrease in number of major new deposits being discovered, and the trend for gold is worsening, with only 25 deposits discovered over the past decade containing only 154.3 million ounces, or 7% of all gold discovered during the period. Although we believe the sharp decline is indeed reflective of the lack of new significant deposits being found and explored, a portion of the recent shortfall reflects the remaining exploration effort required to expand the known endowment of newly found deposits. So all of that translated in this article means we're running out of gold in the next 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 years. You can see it definitively here in the chart. Where are we going to get it? The exploration companies are going to get it. So while everybody's throwing their money into the majors and the producing mines, the exploration companies right now are the ones that need the money, and I think are going to get the biggest boost when we hit the next leg of the bull market, because people are going to quickly find out we don't have enough above ground gold. We need more gold to be discovered. So I'm going to bring you a company I have a great interest in. It's called Great Thunder Gold Corp. I'll bring you a year-to-date chart. It's done very well since it listed, up from about 50 cents Canadian to about 75 cents. It's listed on the Canadian Security Exchange under GTG. It also trades on the OTC. So I have a similar chart on the OTCs. It trades under GTGFF, and it's 54 cents US dollars. So doing pretty well since its inception. And that's a good sign because essentially, and you'll see when we get into the shareholders of the company, there's a lot of support for this company because they're looking in areas that have other big gold projects, and they look to have some potentially promising results. A little bit of news here about the ticker symbols. Again, the Canadian Securities Exchange, GTG, the OTCs in the US at GTGFF, and on the Frankfurt Stock Exchange, M4KQ for those of you overseas. So I just want to point out the different symbols that you can trade this under. Also, before we get into the actual company, I wanted to show the Lassonde curve because the Lassonde curve shows from an investor's perspective when it's good to get into gold mining. So there's two spots, and the spot I usually talk about is stage 3 when you're in engineering before mining, and you get in here at a little bit of a low. They've already found their deposit and they're building the mine. A lot of the speculators take profits and leave, and then a lot of the institutional financing institutions arrive right here, and it's a nice big pop up until the peak of their mining output for the new mine. That's one way to invest in a gold company and make quite a bit of money. The second way is to come in here early discovery and exploration, and you can see the same ramp up. In fact, I think there could be a little bit more potential from a price appreciation perspective. So if you find a company right in this stage that looks like it has some promising deposits, you can make a lot of money in the run up as they drill and explore and start having news about their deposit. Investors will get in. And of course, if you want, you can stick with that all the way through stage 4 and get a double bump, or you can sell off and take some profits here, which is what a lot of people do. Some people will sell part of their position. Then as it comes down into this part of the Lassonde curve, as they're building the mine, the news starts to fade a little bit, money's going out the door, to invest in the mill and stuff, then a lot of people will take more shares again. But I've got a company here to show you today, which is a good potential investment sitting right here on the Lassonde curve. And it could solve the issues that we're having with the lack of these gold discoveries. Again, we need to put some money into these junior miners, especially in gold, because we're just not doing it right now. And that means we're not going to have enough gold that we need for industry, for jewelry, and for investment purposes. Again, Great Thunder Gold Corp is the company I'm talking about. Now, I'm going to do some stuff off their website, and then I'm going to show you some articles as well. They basically have these properties here, northbound property, the extension, which they optioned here recently, the Southern Star property, Valentine Mountain, and then these last two, the Bouvier and Chubb, are actually lithium plays, which are talking about spinning off. Lithium, of course, is used in batteries and lots of applications. It's very, very important mineral. So if we look at the chart here, this is some existing production for another company at the Fenelon, and you can see some of the findings that other company found: 260.4 grams per ton, 22.73, 32.18, and 1.46, some of their results. And what this company owns, Great Thunder Gold owns, are the northbound and the northbound extension, and then the Southern Great right here as shown on the map. So what they're doing is they have acquired property that's on the stretch where other companies are finding gold in the same area, the same formations, and they've done some initial exploration and have found some pretty good results. So the Fenelon cap over the last year, Wallbridge Mining, which is another company, has had tremendous success. They drilled 75,000 meters and they plan another 100,000, and they're getting some of these samples, 33,233 tons at 18.49 grams per ton. So in some of their drill holes, you look at what Wallbridge found in this area, 83.18 grams per ton and 5.05 grams per ton. So this project here that Great Thunder Gold has, these northbound and southbound, northbound extension, and then the Southern Star are right along that same area of where we've had a lot of good results. So it looks like a really promising zone. And I wanted to look at the regional potential here. If you look, you span this out to the region, here's the area we were looking at before. Outlined in white are the two north, the north and the north extension, and here's the Southern Star. And then you see all these other, you've got Detour Lake, a major mine find. You've got Zone 58N, the Link Zone, MA 1605 discovery. There, I'm going to blow this up for you guys. You've got Glencore over here, Balmoral over here, more Balmoral down here, and you got Midland in these green areas. The Selbailly mine, 53 million tons past production, 1% copper, 2% zinc, 0.6 grams per ton of gold. So this whole area has been a producing zone for gold. Kirkland Lake is right here, so they're not too far off of that. Kirkland Lake, as you well know, is a very major mine, and they're on strike. They're on extension here from where other people are finding these really good gold numbers. And again, when you're getting these type of number, 260.4 grams per ton, and you're getting 3.7 million ounces past production down here and 53 million tons past production down here, that's a really good sign that you're on the trend and that you're in an area that potentially could do very well. So again, going back to the Lassonde curve, sorry, I'm going to have to wait just a moment till, there we go. Going back to the Lassonde curve, we're right here for Great Thunder Gold. Some of the other companies in the area are actually right here or right here. So what they're not doing is they're just going to some virgin area and looking for it. They're looking where there's been success here and success here. And you would be getting into the company right here as they're looking at that trend at their own properties. This is from a paper they have on their website. And this lists the Valentine Mountain Gold Quartz Vein Prospect. It's their third one on that list that we were talking about. They've had some discoveries here. So 22,000 tons at 30.38 grams per ton uncut. 6.8 grams per ton cut gold indicated and inferred. So they've got some pretty nice little numbers here in the Valentine Gold Quartz Vein Project. So again, they're in areas which have a lot of resource, and they're going to continue to drill those out and to explore those. And that's a good thing, because going back to this issue, we have not had the exploration dollars, as you can see on this exploration budget. We have not had the big gold finds. That means our available resources of gold in the world have been coming down, and we haven't had the resource investment. So we need to get back to investing in these companies. And that's potentially going to be a lot of money looking at good exploration companies, because, you know, in a shortage of gold, these exploration companies, the potential for their price to go up is going to be very, very strong. One thing I also want to point out about Great Thunder Gold, you always want to look at management. They've appointed David Michaud to the board of directors, and he has a pretty good history here. He's the founder of 911metallurgist.com. He started his career at Caminco, one of Canada's leading tech mining companies, Tech Resources. He spent a decade with the company, increasing responsibilities with their metallurgy. And he spent time in South America helping mining companies man their metallurgical testing. So he's been a consultant. And these are some of the companies he's worked for. Look at this list. Inmet Mining, Silver Standard, now SSR, Seabridge Gold, Copper Mountain, Nova Gold, Inca Pacific, Farallon, Extrata, and Antamina. And he was a process review engineer for New Strike Capital, Endeavor Silver, NiStar, or Vanna Minerals. So some pretty good names there that he's either worked for or been a consultant for during his time. So a lot of experience, a lot of technical experience appointed to the board of directors. And when you see that happen, when you see them get somebody on the board with that type of experience, you know that that's a pretty good sign. They're pretty serious about, he's pretty serious about the land potential that Great Thunder Gold has. Here, I mentioned those last two projects. They're talking about spinning those off because they have some lithium projects that they've optioned. They're thinking putting it into a spinco, spinning that out for the Great Thunder Gold shareholders. That could be a nice little bump for the shareholders there. Of course, lithium is something we definitely need more of, especially in the battery age, electric car age. So that could be a nice little deal for shareholders as they continue to invest in their gold projects. And it looks like they're going to focus on gold, which is good. A lot of times you have companies, especially early stage companies, are trying to focus on one or more things. It kind of can distract them. And maybe, you know, they've got too many eggs in too many baskets. But if they can spin off these lithium projects and make their shareholders a little bit of money, maybe bring some liquidity in, spinning that company off, then it will help them to continue to explore their area. So I wanted to look at the corporate presentation, some of the reasons to invest in Great Thunder Gold, only 33.2 million shares outstanding. So if you'd like to get into a company, you know, ground floor opportunity where they haven't diluted a lot as they're, you know, trying to finance their drill results, that's a good time to get in. And this is not an overly expensive stock, although it is very healthily priced. And they're looking at areas that have established mines and have established finds on trend in that area of Canada. And they're developing 5 projects with a focus in Quebec, Canada. So lots of different projects there. Here's the share structure. Like I said, since they listed, they have done very well, about 33 million shares outstanding, some warrants and options, fully diluted 37 million, not too bad. Again, here is in their presentation. Here are the properties that they're looking at: the northbound extension, northbound, and Southern Star. They've got some drill rigs on site, so they're already starting to do some drilling, which is good. And they expanded their land position near the Fenelon deposit by more than double in hectares. So that's what the extension is. They've doubled all this land because they think that they're going to get potentially similar results to what Fenelon has found down here. And we're going to scroll down here just a little bit. Here's some more information on what's found just south of their area. The Reaper gold discovery by Balmoral, 308 grams per ton gold over 2.97 meters, 858 grams per ton gold over 1.06 meter. So in this area, there is definitely gold to be found. And again, the blown out map of the district, a reminder, Detour Lake mines over here. A lot of other mining has gone over here, including some zinc and copper as well. And here are some of the companies that are working in the area: Hecla, Great Thunder, Probe Metals, Midland. So big name companies that are in this area. So when you're looking at a discovery and exploration company, you want companies that are going where there's either been past production and or other companies are prospecting and having good drill results and good exploration results. So that's why I like this company, because they're on the trend there with some other companies have done very, very well in the area. So a lot of good information there on the company. They also have some support from Mr. Sprott as well. Sprott's involved in this one. He's involved in a lot of exploration companies because he knows the information I was showing you before, the lack since 2011 of exploration budget. We had a little bit of a peak this year in the summer where we reached sort of an average 100 value on Kai's Ornink's chart exploration, but it never got above that. It never got into the healthy category. So we really haven't had those dollars consistently since 2011. So companies like this that are in good mining areas, that are getting the money like they are to go and explore, have the backing of people like Mr. Sprott, or getting people on the board that have serious experience with many other companies developing gold mines. That's really what you want to look for. And again, I'll go back to the Lassonde curve. I think it's very important to know that what we want to do is we want to find some companies down here. We could all invest in all of these companies. To be honest with you, there's not many. In the gold and silver space, both, there are not many companies sitting right here. So you can invest in 3 or 4 or 5 good ones. And then there's a bunch that are either here or here. But finding a company that's early here in discovery with the characteristics that Great Thunder has, again, the good management, the good area, the good support, the good property with the ability to option out a lithium play early in their life cycle, can be very good. It can be very good for current shareholders. I don't think it's excessively priced. Now, we have to see what they're going to find in exploration over the next few years. But again, given the results other companies are having, literally dotted all around them, they're on trend. It would not surprise me to see them to start drilling and have a lot of very positive drill results. And when that happens, this is when you have drill result news. This drill result news drives that price up. So if we invest in this company and they do well, we do well. And that also helps the industry that doesn't have enough money going into gold exploration. If you think about the situation with the economy, where the economy is right now, we're very late stage mature bull cycle in stocks and bonds. It looks like a reversal of the stock and bond bull market. It looks like we're in some deflationary trend as well, given some of the shutdowns and other things going on. We're starting to hear about Chinese banks having issues and just deflationary pressures in the system. People are going to flock to gold. There may not be enough available gold there in the next 3 to 4 years because we haven't had those big finds. So any company like a Great Thunder, they can get in there and start to find gold on trend where other companies have had it. You've got a leg up. You're not going to virgin territory. You're not throwing a dart at the dartboard, hoping somebody's going off into, in the rainforest somewhere that's never mined. You're in an established area of Canada. It's a friendly mining district. They've got good management and they're on trend where these other companies have found gold. That's the type of exploration company I'll get into. I won't get into some of those others, the AK-47 districts or areas where there's been no significant past production or finds by other companies and where they're not getting support from good people in the industry. Great Thunder has all of those things. It really kind of checks all the boxes for an early stage exploration company. So wanted to bring that to you. This looks like it could be a very positive potential choice for you. So if you're interested in that end of the market, you've got your producing mines, that part of your portfolio set, and you're starting to look at discovery and exploration plays. I think this is a pretty good one. It sort of checks all those early boxes, and we're going to follow them along as they start to get some drill results and some news. and see how they do. And I think it could be a potentially very good option for you guys. So I'll wrap this one up. It is All Hallows Eve. We're going to go out trick-or-treating here in a little bit. Wish you guys the best on this holiday, and we'll see you again next week. Until then, it is Robert with goldsilverpros.com.